Okay, Alexis, I've got your bike piece up here, and it's really stunning. I mean, it opened my eyes as soon as I opened it. I was like, "Whoa, that woke me up." And I think there's some really, really interesting things going on. I think one of the most interesting things going on is this continuation that you've chosen to use with this triangle, and how you've actually worked it in to the composition in not only one but two places. So I thought that was really an interesting choice. Um, so the cover, technically, I have to say this, but I would say this should be a trail bike, not this is a street bike. You can tell by the handlebars and the posture of the dude and even the gears and everything. So I would change that to a trail bike. I really would. And on the other thing, and tell me if this makes sense, is I would go ahead and change this color from black to brown, like a dark brown. And the only reason I say that is because you get this mud getting thrown around by presumably the bikes and the trails and the mud and the tire going through the mud. So wouldn't that be brown? Makes sense to me, right? Plus, orange and brown is a very harmonious combination, as you will find out. So the interior, I think, is good. You're set up for some successful things going on, and the one thing I think is smart is that you've separated these two panels. So as this is the back of the brochure and this is the inside, so we open up to that, and these would be the outdoor panels. However, the appearance here is that this is one panel because this is related. And if you go in and remember our reading and Gestalt, okay, so the separation of the background in this makes this appear as one related section, and this as a related section. And that's an interesting layout choice. So I think we can improve this by doing two things. Number one, let's turn this events and activities into text. Let's turn it into paragraphs of text, just like you were setting your text for the magazine. Do it like that. I mean, you can use these somewhere, the triangles. There's 1,000 different ways you can do that. But right now, I'm mostly concerned about the typography. So can we turn this into a two-column text spread that's saying, the Bike Fest begins, and describe exactly what the event is? It seems to me that this event doesn't have there's no location or anything. I know you have these other ones near you, but shouldn't this say Bike Fest June 2nd at so-and-so National Park? And then, welcome to so-and-so Bike Fest at National Park. This year's event begins with blah, 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 and your children can get to know trails and guided and biking tours and bike races start for ages. And just do it like that, textually, okay? That way, and I think you can do the same thing over here on this sidebar, is take this and say, find Bike Fest near you. And instead of saying, full list online, say, describe where can you find this? How can I find a bike list near me? How can I find bike? So there could be a lot of excuse me, a lot of things you could talk about. There's probably an app online that has Bike Fests. There's certainly publications and magazines and newsletters and e-letters and all sorts of special interest groups that distribute information. So get that textually in writing in a in a text column, just like you're setting magazine type. Okay, that way this can stand on its own. Now watch your your hierarchy as well, because right now this page, you open this page and immediately you're drawn, well, of course, to this, but this is giving it a run for its money. So what do you want us to look at first? You understand what I'm saying? Okay, same thing here and here. These are identical. So your viewer is going to go, okay, I know you want me to look here first and then here probably. Now what? These are too close to being identical. I mean, something's got to give. One's got to take precedence. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Awesome job. Hey, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a holler. Thanks.